is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
It's Fri-Yay. It is Farming Friday. Oh, Justin Kulik, are you there?
Yes, I am. Oh, double box. What's up?
Yes,
Hello.
I know. We got our Easter backgrounds. We're getting ready for Easter. It's Farmin' Fri-Yay. And everybody was working on the farm yesterday. We had a little break in the weather before the rain. And so there was mowing, and there was all this stuff being done. And somebody left the gate open at Angel Horse Farm. So last night I get a call. I'm ready to go toes up.
Your gate.
My farm.
Your farm. Your gate.
My gate. Somebody left it open. I don't know who left it open, but when this happens, there's this song about, always close the gate when you leave, or something. There's a reason for that. That came out. Farmers just like, I had horses and a blind steer all out.
Wait, so out.
Like out on Hartsville Pike.
Like out here, like out here.
Yeah, like they were out, and it was not good.
At nighttime.
At nighttime, a black steer who is blind. So
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
but he stopped at the produce. I have produce donated, so I have bins, and he was head first into a bunch of cabbage.
Was he?
Mm-hmm. So
he got the senses going.
We got everybody. Getting him back in the fence was an adventure.
I bet it was. You know how they say wild goose chase? That can now be replaced with
blind steer chase.
Yes.
Yeah.
No longer is the saying wild goose chase. It's blind steer chase.
Crazy. It was just crazy.
How'd you get him back?
Food.
Oh yeah, of course.
Buckets. People go, yeah.
I thought I'm picturing Dev just out there.
Yeah. People say I don't cowgirl anything. The way to anything's heart is food. So we got everybody back in. I am so grateful, and it made me really the real farmers who have bunches, like 300 head of cattle or something. And our people,
you did get them back in though.
I did. Everybody got back in. I actually was worthless, but farmhand Joe and farmhand Brittany were on it. They were working, and we did it.
They may have got them there, but they stay for you, Dev.
That's what it is. Well, and my adrenaline went so much that I was up till 4 a.m. So I'm all over the road map this morning. Woo! So this cowgirl is glad it's Friday. And Ag Day on the Hill took place in the state of Tennessee, March 22nd. And Governor Bill Lee was there, and our Tennessee Department of Agriculture.
We're celebrating agriculture on National Ag Day, and it's obvious that everybody is excited to be back out, to be interacting with one another, something that we have missed very much during the COVID. So it's good to be back out, good to be celebrating agriculture. Agriculture is the #1 industry in our state. Nearly 70,000 farms across our state, and today gives us one opportunity to come in here to the state capitol to showcase our industry, to showcase the folks that make up the industry, and to better educate legislators that make the rules and laws for our state.
The reason we're all here, you're here on the Hill, is because the Tennessee legislature is in session now, and these leaders of the General Assembly, along with our office, work together to advocate for the ag community. It's incredibly important that we consider it, that we invest in it, that we are mindful of it, because it impacts people's lives, not only across Tennessee, but we are part of feeding the world. And we recognize that, and we're grateful for it. So to the rest of you who are engaged in agriculture here, thank you for what you do in our state. Thank you for making Tennessee a leader in agriculture.
Did you realize that Tennessee was number 4 in the nation for agriculture?
You know, anecdotally, which is
That's
quite a word.
big
right?
old word.
Thank
I
you.
go, where did you buy that?
So that's a jargon word for anybody that would like to know. It just means literally how I feel. Like when
Mhm.
someone says anecdotal data, it just means like what they think. So if I looked at Tennessee, I would say that they were pretty up there, but I didn't know they were actually number 4. That's awesome.
Number 4, and we do a lot to export to other parts of the country. And I think just a salute to all of our farming folks. And we're going to have a lot of stories about agriculture. And I bet you don't know that there's a connection between agriculture and farming and the new Nashville Soccer Club.
What?
Yes, that story's coming up in just a little bit. But first, we're going to have a new segment that is one Friday of the month, brought to us by Experience Church in Murfreesboro, the Adult and Teen Challenge with Gene Garcia, The Hope Show.
Wow, I'm nervous still. Big crowd, but I just want to say glory to God. Thank you, Jesus. All my life I've been, running from things and thinking my way was the only way, but God's way is the only way. And it all started in a hotel room, and I cried out unto the Lord. I said, you know what, you win. I surrender all. And He brought me a Teen Challenge, and I thank Him for Teen Challenge. I thank Teen Challenge for accepting me with open arms. I had no money, I had no nothing, and I just great vessel, and I'm just very thankful for it. And the scripture I stand on is Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount on wings like eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not be faint.
Woo! That was a moment, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
This is the Hope Show segment, and it is a Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge of Murfreesboro, our recovery segment that we talk about miracles that happen every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was actually my graduation when I, went through the program. And as you can hear the men in the background, they were very excited for me. They were probably more excited than I was.
But that's the way it works out, is that people see others and it gives them hope. That's what testimonies are all about, right? That's why they said they'll know us by our testimonies.
That's right. Yes. So the program was one of the most difficult things that I did in my life, just to be 100% transparent, but I thank God for it. One of the hardest things was biting my tongue and humbling myself. But, the Bible says that those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. And, that was, I learned that the hard way. And I'd rather humble myself with His help than have Him press His heavy hand upon me and humble me in other ways.
Oh, amen. Amen to the amen on that one. Well, let me tell people about Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge. You're in Murfreesboro, Clarksville, and Memphis. You've got this affordable way to seek recovery, but explain to people what it's recovery from, because people don't understand. They have loved ones or relatives, or maybe they themselves are suffering from things, anything from crack cocaine to heroin to just an addiction to alcohol. Does it help all of it?
Absolutely. Life control problems, drugs, alcohol, hurts, hang-ups. The main focus is, drug and alcohol addiction, but, God can set them free from it all, and He works mightily through this program. I've seen it countless times. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in other people's lives, and it's just remarkable what happens. And you can even see, I've seen when men came in the program, they just looked full of doom and gloom and full of darkness. And then, the Holy Spirit got a hold of them. They got a glow about them, and just all their new creation. The old is gone and the new is here.
I have to ask you a question because someone posed this question to me this week.
Okay.
And we were talking about a mutual friend, and he said to me, do you think he's just a lost cause at this point? How many times have you heard that about somebody that has walked into your program? First of all, God never sees a lost cause, ever, ever, ever.
No one's a lost cause. I thought the devil tried to feed that lie to my thoughts and in my mind years ago. And, I was full of shame, full of guilt, full of resentment. But thank God for the prayers of the saints. Thank God for Jesus. And he never gave up on me. He knew me in my worst, and he still had his hand open to me. I actually did a teaching not too long ago, and it was, when Peter walked on water. I don't remember right now where it's in the Bible, somewhere in there, in the Gospels. And, he actually, he had faith, he believed, and he started to walk on water, but he took his eyes off of Jesus. And then, he fell in the water. But even as he was falling on the water, he called on the name of the Lord, and the Lord still pulled him up. And he didn't say, oh, man, you worthless piece of garbage, you're a lost cause, I might as well let you sink. No, he put his hand out, he pulled him out of the sinking water. And then later on in the scriptures, we see the great things that Peter did, and he was a totally different person, So no one's a lost cause. God could change anybody at any given time. He did it for me, and I'm 100% confident he could do it for anybody.
Well, we just want to get people to understand this amazing phone number right here, Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge. Now, there are adult and teen challenges around the country. So wherever you are, you might not be in Middle Tennessee. So check out Adult and Teen Challenge where you are. But Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge is right here in Middle Tennessee and down in Memphis. So there are 3 different places in Middle Tennessee where you can go. It is very affordable. It's not what I call a Cadillac program. Those where you have to, your family has to mortgage their home or something like that. The ones I'm talking about. And you don't take advantage of anybody for any reason. And that's what I love about what you do, Gene. We just appreciate your time with us, as always.
I appreciate everything you're doing and giving me an opportunity to speak my heart on here. And, even if they're, if I could add this, if they're in another part of the country and they want to come to Tennessee, we could take you too,
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Absolutely.
Well, you could be in the beautiful hills of Tennessee and enjoy your recovery, and it's incredible. And it is a residential program. People do live in it. That's that program. And you have some open beds at this point, and it's for men. This is a program for men. And if you are a woman in need or know a woman in need, you can also reach out to this number, and Gene has programs he can send you to that are similar, not the same, but a similar program.
Yeah, we could actually send them to another teen challenge here in Middle Tennessee. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I guess it's Upper Cumberland. It's Livingston, so not really Middle Tennessee, but not too far away.
Not too far away, and they help women. Well, thank you so much for your time again. Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge. The number is 615-624-7878. ATCTN.org is the website, and you can find it there. And we just encourage everybody to reach out because there's always hope. That's what we call it, the Hope Show.
That's the truth. There's always hope. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Gene.
Thank you.
The Experience Community Church in Murfreesboro supports the good work of Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge. Oh, love me some Gene Garcia and what they do. I have given that number out to 3 different people who were asked. I held 3 different people that have asked me about it. And, people are in need of recovery. And I always say we're all recovering from something. So
Absolutely.
you
Everybody's
know,
got their vice, you know.
and we look for places on this show to uplift you. And if you need to reach out to someone, we are trying it like our darndest to find good places for you to go. I want to reach out to some people who were watching today. Terry Luna.
Terry.
Woo! I was talking about you on my last launch date show, Terry. You can check that out.
Yeah.
Steve Burney, happy
The boy,
Friday.
he checked in at Mornings on Main Street this morning too. What's up,
Did he?
Steve?
Yes. And Regina Barrett. I've recovered from my night. Speaking of recovery, my night chasing farm animals through the hinterlands of Wilson County.
Right.
Regina, I'm glad you're doing well. And good morning to Elizabeth. And you're right, there is always hope.
Yes.
We are going to talk a little bit about the Nashville Soccer Club that is coming to Nashville. They are working on the stadium and the connection with agriculture. Well, you'll see it in this story. Did you know they're going to have real sod? They're not going to have artificial turf.
So I only knew that because the 615 podcast that we do every week, we got Tony Husband, who's the voice for
the soccer club.
Yes, and he was saying something about how most people that play soccer or football would rather have grass than turf. And that they were able to pull it off somehow. I mean, he didn't go into much detail about like how. So
okay, well, we got a minute and a half to tell you the details.
Great, heck yeah.
We are here at Precision Turf Farms, getting a sneak peek of our future field that will be going in to our stadium. This actually started back in 2020. We came out here on our first farm visit. We were over in the field-grown sod where we selected our grass plot. Then we let that field mature for about a year. We came back this summer, laid it on this sod on plastic, laid it down. We have now been top dressing about every 2 weeks, a quarter inch at a time. And our finished height of cut when we bring it from here to the stadium will be about 1.5 inches, 1.5 Athletes at any sport, they prefer grass over artificial. It plays better, it's a truer roll, a truer bounce, and it's a lot more stable, and it's better on players' bodies. And everybody likes to see and the smell of fresh grass. I'm excited to get into the stadium, get this grass in there, get some green color in the stadium, get the centerpiece of the stadium in and get working on it and get it grown in. And it's going to be a fun day when we see boys in gold run out on this field for the first time.
Wow, the Nashville Soccer Club has got so many cool things happening. And I had no idea the connection. I didn't realize they had sod farms where they literally grow an entire plot. One last story before you know what? I'm going to go to our special guest because that's kind of razor blade I am, because I just saw he's in the waiting room and he is the coolest dude in the room, H. Jack Williams. If you like Yellowstone, if you love the music you hear on Yellowstone, this is one of the key components right there. H. Jack Williams, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, Devin, how you?
I'm doing great. I am doing so great. And you, Mr. Goat Man, have your own connection to agriculture. I didn't get any, for some reason, I couldn't get my goat videos to download last night, but people can follow you and friend you on Facebook and Instagram and see some of your precious goat videos.
I sent you one. I sent you a link this morning to
oh, that's because I didn't.
The only way that it's funny because I can take all the videos in the world out here and I can text them to somebody immediately, but to email them, you have to put them on your YouTube channel and then send a link. But I did send you a link to a pretty fun one this morning that I took last night of all the babies running around.
You know what I'm going to do after this show? I'm going to clip your video and I'm going to attach that video to it. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do because I've got to
like it because it's all the babies. We've got a bunch of babies right now. I mean, a ton of babies, and they're all just, and it's, unless you have goats, you can't imagine it's just like the children's stories. They hop all over the place, and there's nothing cuter than seeing 2 or 3 babies hopping across the. They don't run; they actually hop and skip like little kids. You know, it just makes you smile.
They do. I never knew until I somebody released goats into my care, into my sanctuary. They were 2 great big alpine goats. They're brothers that were raised bottle fed orphans in the house. They didn't stay in the house, but when they were babies, they did.
I've been in the house before.
You have a house, yeah. There you
We've
go.
had
That's
'em
what
in
you.
the house before.
Uh-huh. When they're those babies and you're feeding them every 2 hours, you're not going back out to the barn every 2 hours. You got them inside on a bottle. But you know what? They're funny. They really are. I go, it's nature's antidepressant goats.
They're the best. I mean, I am. But they're also a huge amount of care. I mean, my wife will tell you that people that raise goats have learned really quick that goats they live to die. They'll find a way to get sick. They'll find a way to get hurt. They'll find a way to die. And I've come home many times from trips and found baby goats in the bathroom and Kathy taking care of them because that was the only way to do it. So I mean, they're a handful.
They are a handful, and I always any kind of agriculture, any kind of farm animal, you wrap them in bubble wrap and duct tape, and they're gonna find a way to get hurt some way. They do. Well, let's move on to music and your connection with Yellowstone. Did you realize when you started writing that you would be part of a phenomenon when it comes to television? Television kind of was not exciting for a while. People weren't excited about anything. And then Yellowstone happened on a brand new streaming platform called Paramount, brand new network. And then it is taken off like nobody's business.
Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, I got lucky. I had a song in Yellowstone and in the early season, um I think anybody that gets a song on that show can honestly say that they're lucky because um that their supervisor is inundated with songs, and everybody wants to write a song for Yellowstone, and it really comes down to like anything else, it comes down to you really can't write a song for Yellowstone. You just got to write a good song and 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 have an idea of what the show's about, of course. But
Mhm.
and then hope that it fits a scene. I mean, she had that song. We gave that song to her 2 years before at the beginning of season 1, and she had that song for 2 years and finally found a place for it. And it was a great place for it. We got a lot of time for it, but it helps. What it does is, I honestly believe in and that the music supervisors of today, all across the board, not just Yellowstone, not Andrea. That's who does Yellowstone, but I think the music supervisors of you just said TV wasn't popular, but it is now, and I think that they're the A&R people of yesterday. You know, where all the A&R people used to go out.
Yes.
They find songs for their artists. Oh man, I've got a song for so and so. Well, now they find I got a great song for this show from this guy's record or this girl's record, and that'll help her become somebody in the business. And they really pride themselves on doing that. I really believe that.
And being an independent artist or being someone that doesn't have a lot of tentacles around it sometimes is very helpful to getting
That's
on
more
a
helpful.
show. Hmm.
That's more helpful. I mean, I still constantly watch webinars when I see music supervisors doing webinars, and I still do it just to see if I can pick up something new. And one thing I know that stays consistent is when every time they ask a music supervisor where do they go to find their music, and they go from one of these CDs on my desk or one of these indie artist projects that somebody has alerted me to, or I go on and I find a new artist. And if you listen to TV and watch TV and you
Hmm.
Shazam, 90% of the stuff that you hear out there on TV that's great is people that you've never heard of before, and that's
Hmm.
you rarely do you hear somebody and you go, well, that's Johnny Cash. I mean, or that's Led Zeppelin, or that's the Rolling Stones, because it's such a high dollar um, sync fee that they'd rather go find somebody else that they can pay a little less money for and get just the same results.
But then at the end of that day, they end up with a project of music they've discovered, and they can release that as a project like Tales of Yellowstone. That wonderful compilation of great songs from the show is now out. It's available for streaming, and you're
Yeah,
on it. You've got four, I think, four songs on there.
yeah, I got 4 co-writes on that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
congratulations. That's
Thank you,
great.
thank you. Yeah, I just think that the best part about writing for that kind of music is you can be really honest. You can get as honest as you want to get with your writing, and the more honest it is, the better they like it. The darker it is, the better they like it. You know, and the simpler it is, the better they like it. So, it makes it really more fun because you can just write about anything really that's inside of you, and feel good about sending it to somebody, I think.
I agree with you. And you said something that is my cause celeb for everything. I work with a publishing company, and as well, that's one of my side hustles. I love songwriters. I love discovering songs. I like writing, but I love discovering even more. So here's my thing is I tell everybody don't overproduce your music and put all this stuff. I said a guitar vocal sometimes will be easier to find a home for on television and film because it doesn't detract and distract from what's going on screen. And an interesting voice is paramount, no pun intended, to getting, I think, things synced, because if when you see it, your voice makes me think movies. The way that you present things, it's very cinematic, the way that you present music. And we're going to hear your version of What a Wonderful World in just a bit. That's how we're going to end our show. But when it comes to an interesting voice, when you started doing music and stuff, have you found that people pay attention because your voice is so different than typical radio voices?
They either like it or they don't. It's cut and dry. I mean, they either go, "Man, I love your voice," or they walk away. I mean, it's my voice is one of those things, and yeah, it's not like I'm definitely not somebody like Jason Aldean that everybody loves his voice. I mean, they either like it or they don't. So you take your chances. But you either like Tom Waits or you didn't, or you either liked Leonard Cohen or you didn't. So I think
Amen.
it's all about that. It's all about having, and it is about unique. But I think unique, along with sincerity and singing the song with feeling. And if you screw it up, you screw it up, but at least it sounds real, and I think and you're right about you're so right about, I mean, I tell everybody this all the time, that I think more and more and more and more, you're finding that they're wanting simple, just a guitar vocal, maybe with a little fiddle, maybe with a little mandolin, maybe with a stand-up bass, but not all that processed stuff. And that makes it easy for songwriters too, because they don't have to go out and spend $1,000 for a track. They can just do it at home
Amen.
and make it sound good.
They sure can. Well, I'm going to play your song, but I want to first, you've got a new video coming soon. You and your lovely wife went, I love the picture that you took of her, and you said, "You look beautiful in the California sunset." It was really sweet. But you
Yeah,
went out to California to do a new video.
yeah. I went out there and we shot a video off of one of the songs on the record called "One More Day" that Adam Box and Kevin Costner and I wrote. And Kevin also does it too. But we did this video, and that was one of the songs that Gary Rosington from Leonard Skinner played on, and he's given his permission to be in the video. And it's and Mark Gillard, who is just an incredible director and editor, worked with Steven Spielberg, works with Kevin. he shot it, and it's going to be wonderful. It'll got another couple months or a month or so, and that'll be getting ready to come out.
Well, you've got to come back when that comes out. We're going to play our music segment today is all you, and we're going to play What a Wonderful World. But tell me, now this is very cinematically done, and like you mentioned, your producer, also the producer for Brothers Osborne.
Well, he's a drummer for Brothers Osborne.
Drummer for Brothers Osborne. Adam Box, and he's your producer, correct?
Yeah. We Anthem Entertainment, who I write for, they had an idea for me to cover that song for TV and film, and we did it. Adam came up with a really great vibe for it. We did it, and then right back when the election, just before the election, when they stormed the Capitol and did all that, Adam said, "You know what? We should do a video right now, and this is the perfect time to do." And so we did this video that picked up the state of the world, and then things kind of got smoothed out, and then I was just talking to my Gail Davison and Ben Jackson, or my PR team, and I was just telling them the other day, I said, with the state of the world right now with this war, and I said it needs to get some more views. I said I think this video, while we're waiting for one more day, I think this video is something that needs to be seen, because Adam's views on it was basically, it's a wonderful world. Really? Yeah, maybe not. As you go through the video, well, it is. No, yes, it is. It really is. And that's kind of the vibe of the whole thing. So it's very timely for what's going on today.
It is timely, and it makes you think. You're going to see a mini movie right now, and I want you to tell people, as we say goodbye to you, how can they find your music, because it's so interesting.
hjackwilliamsmusic.com.
And that's the way. And I will say, go on and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because H. Jack Williams doesn't just do videos. These are cinema. Hey, it's H. Jack Williams.
Jack Williams.
Yeah, there we got it.
Cool.
Justin Kulik is on he's on it. He's on it. There we go. hjackwilliamsmusic.com. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
Thanks for having me again. Thank you so much. I love being on your show, and check out that goat video. You'll love it.
I'm good. Well, right after this show, we're going to have the clip, and we'll put it on Main Street Nashville, our YouTube channel, complete with goats. Have a great weekend, Jack. Bye.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So pretty in the sky are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Whew, that one brings me to tears. I mean, I literally, it's such a powerful video
Very well done.
that
Very,
it
very well
just
done.
it moves me absolutely to tears. And we've been through a lot, and you look at that video and you realize how resilient the human spirit is. And I love that he ended with that verse from Ephesians. That's just
Absolutely.
I love it. Love
Nice,
it.
very classy.
Yes. Well, we're going to close. Don't forget, this weekend at the Nashville Sounds, they have a clear backpack for the first 1,000 people who go to the game.
No way.
Yes, NashvilleSounds.com. Get your tickets. The clear backpack, because
That's
they have
cool.
the clear bag policy at all these places.
Right.
And you go, where do you get the clear bag? We can go to the Nashville Sounds and get one for free.
One time I went there to a game and they were giving out the mascot bobblehead. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Rooster?
talking about? No,
Booster?
He's the
The mascot for the Nashville Sounds?
yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Booster.
Yes.
Mhm.
They were giving out the first 100.
Tell me what. I know who the mascot is for Nashville Sounds. I
I'm a-
love the Nashville Sounds.
I'm the big bobblehead guy.
Yes. Well, I know you've got a bunch of bobbleheads.
I really
You're so
do.
funny.
It's actually strange.
Yeah, well, you're hilarious. But there is a very cool contest. If you go to the Nashville Today Facebook page, you can enter the Mother's Day, Moms Love Baseball. Your mom deserves a day at the park. Brought to you by the Nashville Sounds and us here at Main Street Media. Tickets to a Sounds game, a night in a hotel, and brunch at Third and Home. It's going to be fantabulous.
That's a cool name, Third and Home.
Yeah, I thought so too. Third base line, always a place where I like to watch the games.
That's where I like to be, after when I play.
Watch your nachos. Be careful of your nachos.
Right.
I'm just saying, because those pop-up balls.
It's like, where do you put them?
Yeah. I mean, how do you catch
Underneath? No.
a fly ball, a pop-up fly, whenever you got a lap full of nachos? Don't catch them with your nachos. I'm just saying.
Right.
Cheese. Yeah. Anyway, there are some adorable pictures of mom being uploaded, and that's how you enter this contest. All you have to do, go to the top of the Main Street Today Facebook page, click the link, and it takes you right there. Get a picture of mom having fun, and that's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Midnight, April 22nd, last day to get into that. Y'all, this has been a week. So I'm going to save the story on bucket farming for another show. I've got it. And our friends Hollis and Nancy's Homestead will be okay with that. We're going to show it on a different time.
Look at all these eggs.
Look at the eggs. The eggs.
Eggs around.
Yeah. It's an excellent way to end the show.
God.
I did that just for you.
That was off the top. You could be a rapper. That was insane. That was incredible.
Yeah, I could be. I am so white. I glow. I look. Come on. But it is an excellent way to end the show. And I'm going to let you take us home. Bye, everybody. Remember, be safe, be kind, but most of all, remember you are loved. Mwah.
See y'all.
All weekend.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else.